Today on Art Is, we're learning about warm and cool colors with Dr. Terry Allen. Today's class was at Cesar Chavez Elementary School in Madera.
Art Is was made possible by a grant from the Bonner Family Foundation in support of the arts and education.
Good afternoon, boys and girls. Welcome to Art Is. Today we're going to be studying this particular work of art right here by a man named Mr. Vincent Van Gogh. We'll be looking at the art, we'll be talking about the flowers themselves, and we'll be doing a little bit of math that you'll find out a little bit later. Vincent Van Gogh is a very famous artist. He's probably one of the most famous worldwide. He lived in the late 1800s. He lived to be only about 35 years old. He did over 700 paintings while he was alive, and he didn't become famous until after he had died. So he's kind of an interesting character. He's the guy, if you've ever heard of him, cut off his ear to give it to a girlfriend. Let's take a look at this picture right here. This is called Sunflowers. It's by Vincent Van Gogh. I want you to tell me what you see here. Don't be afraid. Raise your hand and... Yes, right here, Joe.
A vase with flowers in it?
It's a vase with flowers on it, yes. Sakrit.
I think I see words.
A word? This word right here? What word do you suppose that could be? It begins with a V, and then an I.
Van Gogh.
Jorge. Well, actually, his first name was Vincent. And so that's what he's written here. It could very easily have been Van Gogh he'd put here. But anyway, Vincent is his name here. What else do we see? Isaiah.
Like grass in the background.
You see some grass in the background. Is that the green stuff you're looking at back here?
Like behind one of the flowers.
Or back in here? Back here. Yes, there's some greenery there, isn't there? What else do we see?
The pot looks like it has gold on it.
The pot looks like it has gold on it. What colors are there that make you think it's gold?
It's like shiny, sort of.
It's like sunny, isn't it? Yeah, good. I want you to remember that, Jacob, because we're going to talk about just that very issue in just a few minutes. Gustavo.
Like there's some dead flowers.
There are some what kind of flowers?
There's like dead flowers.
There's some dead flowers. What makes them look dead?
They're like all down.
Their heads are down, okay. And they're not really pretty, are they? No. What more do we see? Tell me more about the flowers. Let's see.
Some are droopy and some are like all bright and some are like dark yellow.
Some are dark yellow, some are droopy, some are bright. Good job. Nice description. Tell me about which way the flowers are facing. Yeah, go ahead right here, Joe.
They're facing different directions?
They are facing different directions, aren't they? This one is facing toward us, is it not? And this one is facing to the side. Okay, and what's this one doing? What way is it facing? Go ahead, Sakrit.
The other way?
It's facing the other way, isn't it? How do you know that? How do we know that this one is facing us? Because we can see what? Jacob?
The back part of the flower.
You can see the back part of the flower. Is this the back part of the flower here, or are you talking about this one?
Yeah, the green part.
The green one right here. You see the back part, don't you? Okay. Though this one's facing us because... Go ahead, Isaiah.
We can see the front side of it.
You can see the front side of it. Well, you know what? The artists, in order to make this still life of flowers in a vase look real, they have to have the flowers facing in different directions, don't they? And as we study the flowers, we have to look at them and think, well, what parts do we see? And you notice how we struggled a little bit with the back part and the front part? I have the words for those to teach you so you can do these flowers on your own. Let's take a look at the colors for the moment. What colors do you see? Go ahead, Christian.
Orange.
Lots of orange, isn't there? Any other colors? What do you think, Angel?
Dark green.
Dark green, back here where those green things are. Let's go to the vase. The first thing we're going to do with our art project here in a few minutes is make a vase to put in our work of art. And we're going to try to include the colors, a color scheme. Now, in this color scheme, we have lots and lots of yellows, don't we? yellows and oranges. In fact, if you look closely, you can probably find a red or two in there. Does anybody know what those colors are called altogether? Isaiah?
Warm colors?
They're warm colors, and I have a little diagram right up here for you to help you remember. Those are warm colors, yellow, red, and orange. They remind us of the sun, don't they? Okay, so if red, yellow, and orange are warm colors, what do you think this color is the green? Yes, Daniel?
Cold colors?
Cool colors, sure. So blue and green and purple are cool colors. Let me show you some examples of other paintings where the same artist, Vincent Van Gogh, has used warm and cool colors. Where did he use warm colors in this picture?
Flowers?
He did it on the flowers, yes. Where did he use the cool colors? Jorge?
The stem.
On the stems, he's got greens going on down here, hasn't he? Where else? Jacob?
In the background?
In the background, good. Let's start thinking about that. You have at your desks a large piece of colored paper and a smaller piece of colored paper. What I would like you to do is, as a group, decide or to choose one large piece of paper and one small piece of paper, but one has to be a warm color and one has to be a cool color. So would you do that for me now, please? Okay, now boys and girls, look at what you have. Do you have a warm color and a cool color together? Go ahead and look at your chart. If your large piece of paper is blue, green, or purple, is the small piece of paper yellow, orange, or red? What we're going to do first is create our vase for our still life. And so we're going to start with the smaller piece of paper. And we're going to make that vase symmetrical. Right here, Vincent Van Gogh's vase is shaped like this. And how would I know if it's symmetrical? Can anybody tell me that? Go ahead, Jacob.
If you cut it in half, then it'll look the same as the other side.
If the two sides are the same after cutting in half, then it is symmetrical, isn't it? So if I were to draw a line like this down the center of this vase and fold it in half, it looks symmetrical, doesn't it? Okay? So what we're going to do is talk about the shapes of these vases. This one is shaped sort of like this, isn't it? Down like this and kind of comes up and up here, and we know that it has a little dip like that in the front, okay? Some vases are almost like a trapezoid. Have you ever seen one that looks like this? Okay, here's another one. Now, is that a symmetrical vase? No, it's not, is it? So we have to scratch that one out. In fact, let me erase that. Okay, so we have three different kinds of vases up here, and you know what? You're going to get to make any kind of vase that you want. But the trick is it has to have a line of symmetry down it, doesn't it?